you stuck here too?
I don't want to see you causing any problems.
Is it you? Can it be? Is it you? I am no fate weaver, but I have seen you in my dreams. You are the fateless one, are you not? As I said, I have seen you in dreams, visions. You search for me, call me by name. You and I will plot a shared path together. And your description matches that of the legendary hero of Mel Senshir. Everyone has heard the stories. I knew it. From the moment I saw you enter Revival, I knew you had come for me. You must be here for Telogris, to purge Mithros of his fantasies of unrest. This is good. It is time. Start with Augur, this camp's resident prophet. He styles himself as Telogris' herald, but he is a little more than a charlatan and a crook. His small group of followers terrorize the other refugees, relying on theft and coercion for control. Just yesterday, they stole one of my most prized possessions. A family heirloom, held in trust for generations. I need someone brave to recover it for me. Someone who knows how to punish the unworthy. As I knew it would. It is a simple request far below your typical tasks, but it is of dramatic importance. For this is how we meet. And we must meet before we can join and set out to change the world. I suspect that Augur's chief scoundrel, Tuvan, is responsible for my missing necklace. He was struck by its bright gemstone.
What are you skulking about for? We don't like strangers sniffing around the prophet. Quit being nosy, or you'll lose the one you got. One swipe of the dagger. Oh, so the crazy maiden sent you. We had names for people like her back in Abatir. Mad crones, witches. It's best not to listen to them. I have a pendant, but only because she gave it to me. And I'm not giving it to you or anybody else. Ha! Nice try. I've seen plenty of toffs, and you're nobody I need to worry about. Be safe. The prophet isn't giving handouts. Are we really gonna discuss this again? I'm not playing your game. Well, that certainly changes things. If you've got the money, I've got the time to take it. And while I hate being the bearer of tidings, I confess that I sold the pendant just this morning. The old merchant Drammel has it. Sorry, no refunds.
Hey. It's good to see you today. How may I help you?
I've got a good selection. A little old, a little new. Oh, you'd be surprised how much I pick up from people simply passing through. Oh, I certainly did. It's something peculiar, like its owner, you could say. I have a feeling it'll bring me good profit. Why? Interested in making a deal? Okay, I understand. I'm not an unreasonable man. Clearly, this item was never meant to be sold. Take it. Be well.
I don't want to see you causing any problems.
Are you stuck here too?
I never doubted you. Our meeting is providence indeed. Thank you, Fateless One. Do you see how the gem glows? How the pendant thrums with power? These are omens. We shall meet again, whether in revival or elsewhere. Our fates remain entwined. You will be back.
Poor Hugo Bugs. He can't catch a break.
Listen to the... Can you believe this guy? I've seen a lot of false prophets in my time, but this one's in a class of his own. Calls himself Augur. He preaches freedom from fate, devotion to Telogris, as if chaos will make any of our lives better. I have a feeling it's an act. I've got a sense for these sorts of things. Ever since he and his brood arrived in camp, they've been stirring up trouble. Nothing criminal, but a hair's breadth from it. What else can you expect from chaos worshippers? They see themselves as resistance fighters, rebels against predestination. But I'm worried there's more to it, at least with Augur and his deputies. They like having all this power. Predictably, he won't say much about his past. We did our best to run down some leads, but they turned up nothing. He preaches chaos hope, but I think he's a common crook under all that bluster. Most prophets usually are. The people here love him, though. He promises to cut them free from the hardship they've known all their lives. What's not to like about that? I'm smart enough to take help where I can get it. The war taught me that. Talk to Katerina Hoffman over at the camp warehouse. She's the quartermaster, and she's had a lot of trouble lately. Tell her Kirby sent you, and she'll know you're trustworthy. Watch for trouble.
Welcome, stranger.
Out of my way.
Hey there. Are you here to purchase goods from the Sundry, or do you need to set up an account with the warehouse? Ah, that old ruffian. Yeah, he didn't steer you wrong. I've had some trouble. Theft, a little looting, even arson. Somebody is trying to cause trouble here in Revival, and Kirby and I have our suspicions about who it is. Even now, there's a missing supply cart out there somewhere. If Kirby sent you to help me, you can start by finding that cart. All right, then.
Why don't I?
Out of my way.
It has been mere hours since the pass was cleared and the soldiers retreated, but already the hopeful crowd near the gates, praying for deliverance. If what I believe comes to pass, none of these wretches will survive the week. They call it revival. It is anything but. Preordained activity has increased tenfold. They are brash and overconfident, but their ranks swell with the disenchanted. More will come, and with them our chances to act will diminish. It is good you sent me when you did.
Be safe.
There you are. I wanted to thank you properly. Please take this. One small token of my gratitude. Now listen. I have an idea. I want to set a trap for these bastards. Catch them in the act. We can use the card you recovered, but we'll need explosives. Cave kobolds carry bombs with them everywhere. I've seen it. I'd explore the caves near here, and you might stumble on something. Watch out for cultists. give me the bombs. I devised a plan while you were gone. A good one. I'm going to pack my next supply shipment with explosives, but I'll act like it's a collection of my best inventory. I'll plan to leave tomorrow morning and park the cart along the warehouse. And then we wait. The thieves won't be able to resist, but when they come to loot or sabotage the goods, boom! Meet me behind the warehouse at sundown. Don't be late.
Watch out for cultists. Telogris will give everyone a chance.
Sundown. The warehouse.
Watch out for cultists.
I'm not talking. And what do you want? Do you really think I'll start gabbing to some stranger? You don't even live in Revival. Go on, do your worst. I know, you're right, he doesn't. He treats me like dirt. All he cares about is sucking up to Telogris. I'm nothing to him. That's right. I was only following orders. And I was afraid for my life. Nobody crosses Olga. He's cruel and he's merciless. Okay, fine, please. You don't need to make threats. I'll talk. I never meant to hurt anyone. Olga wants to sow division and distrust, to convince his followers that it's time to leave for Telogris' city. But people are too afraid, too worried to leave Revival behind for the unknown. They think they want freedom, but they're afraid of the price it'll cost them.
Buzz off.
I should have known Olga was behind everything.
Watch out for cultists.
you stuck here too.
What are you doing here? What are you doing back already? I ordered every Oathblade to search for corpses along the ridge. We've been finding pieces as far as the plateau. Do you want to be stripped of your stipend and sent packing? If not, you'd better quit with the shirking and rejoin your troop. The settlers from last night, you know the ones, disappeared after dark, found strewn across the cliffs this morning. Not exactly what you want to wake up to, am I right? Oh, so you think you're special, do you? I ought to... Wait a minute. You're not one of my regulars. Oh, Mitharu's beard, I apologize. I got a bit overzealous, I'm afraid. Things have been a bit tense in the camp, what with those damned Mitharans keeping their gates locked tight. These settlers have been holed up out here for weeks, scared, restless, and then the attack started. The Niskaru frenzies. It started as a single tent, and now it's a city unto itself. They call it revival because the people here are hoping for a new start. Most are settlers hoping to find a new life beyond the gates. Others are veterans of the war, broken souls looking for a bit of peace. They hired our Oathblades to keep them safe. Let's just say it was a much bigger job than we anticipated. My teachers always said they were a myth, ancestors of the All-Main. But they're no myth. They live right here in these mountains, tucked away like a cat in a drawer. They don't take too kindly to outsiders, though. Closed the gates to their city as soon as they saw us coming. Well, that's what we call them anyway. Whole packs of the things. Agitated in a kind of bloodlust we've never seen before. It's all the chaos magic in the air. Some fool in the city thinks he's Telogris, and he's been working his followers into a froth. Telogris, the Chaos King? God of Unrest? Lord of Entropy? Please. What we need is less of the chaos spectacle and more hands hunting these Niskaru. That's how we make camp safe again. Who, that nutbat calling himself Telogris? Oh, sure. He soars past on his fancy lizard every few days, checks things out. He and his little cult spend most of their time behind the city walls plotting. Agarth? No. Can't say that I know that name. Of course, we get hundreds of settlers and travelers through here now that the path's been cleared. Fancy yourself an Niskaru hunter, do you? Well, I won't turn you down. I can even offer you a bit of gold for your trouble. If you survive. I was just readying a mission into the caves. The Freehold's a favorite den of the Niskaru. It's up the cliffs a ways. You can tag along if you like, but try not to get in my way. Along, no need to stop. That's close. Preordained all the way up here. I don't understand, and I don't like it. Something strange about all this. Do you recognize those markings? Chaos worshippers. We should take a look around. sure if I like it. Wherever you go, trouble seems to follow. I suspect you hear that a lot. Oh well. I spoke with Oathblade Kirby, and according to him, I owe you a debt of gratitude. And a bit of coin. Just try to restrain yourself from now on. I can't have too many rogue warriors running around this camp. Augur was bad enough. Interesting. That old tome looks unpleasant. Welcome, stranger. I don't want to see you, cousin. We haven't met. I'm Boldo Bergman. It's nice to see a new face in camp, though I'd be remiss if I didn't warn you. Revival's wonderful, but we have our fair share of trouble. Most recently, a series of kidnappings, including my daughter Heidi. I'm a representative for the families of the taken. I speak for those who've been affected by the abductions. We don't know. The Preordained prey on the zeal of their recruits. They don't need to kidnap them. And we don't see much of the Red Legion of the Freemen this far west. As far as we know, it could be anyone. Most of us are merchants, craftsmen, or farmers. We don't have the skills for a posse, and the Fatesworn are stretched too thin. We don't know what to do next. Very few. But all the missing settlers had one thing in common. They went searching for firewood in northwestern forests. It's a treacherous area, dense, rocky ground, some caves. Watch your step and keep your eyes open. Interesting. I've been wondering whether they'll bring in a hired sword. I assume the Fatesworn would be interested in the extra coin. Or they have their hands full with the Niskaru. If you're willing, we'd gladly take you up on the offer. We can't offer much, but we'll do our best to make it worth your while. Almost all the abductions took place in the north of camp, near the western woods. Goodbye, my friend.
Thank the gods. I trusted in Lyria, and she has delivered me. My name is Maisie Calhoun. I've been missing for weeks, moved from place to place by these kidnappers. They snatch us from our tents and keep us captive until the auctions. Then they sell us as labourers to the highest bidder. Bless you.
Jensen's caravan was attacked by bandits.
Hello again. How has your journey been progressing? I didn't expect to see you back in Revival so soon. The kidnapping ring? I'm afraid I don't know what you're talking about. We've had a few settlers go missing these last few months, but I'm sure it's a case of people wandering off. You don't honestly believe I would harm my own people, do you? So you found one of the invitations, did you? Fine. I'll give you the truth. What did you expect? That I give up everything? Work tirelessly for days and nights, fixing the lives of these ungrateful idiots, and get nothing for it? I am kind, but I am no fool. If these people can't watch their children closely enough, then they deserve what happens to them. But I am not fully to blame. There is another. What do you think will happen if I surrender the names of my associates? I'd be as good as dead. You may have proof of my crimes, but that doesn't mean I have to go quietly. I am full of surprises, my traveller friend. Did I ever tell you that I was once a Templar mage? You really must know. I was solicited by a noble woman in Crownhold. Philomena Goodchild. She is a high-born patron of some standing, but some of it comes from standing on the backs of others. I am but a link in a chain. Please do not hurt me. Killing me will not end the cycle.
Stay out of trouble.